Namaskaram. This is CA Himakanth. When I say CA, these two letters have been made possible because of these two people. Normally, in a family environment, you don't get a chance to thank them. So I can't have this conversation without all of you. It becomes too awkward. Imagine me, all three of us sitting and me speaking like this. It won't happen. So uh, I believe this is a right time to talk about it because you can also connect, you can also correlate, and most importantly, you can also do this and you should do this, right? So on my behalf, I want all of you to give them a round of applause for making this possible. Louder. See it later. Louder. So the reason why I say this is because at that point of time I didn't have the skill set to do what I'm doing right now. So if there are two people who made this possible, it's them, clearly. For example, when I was writing my CA final examinations, my dad, the instructions are very clear. Now, even right now, they're not very comfortable with the video. As always, I don't have a choice. So my dad had to, if I had to start the exam at 1 o'clock, his exam is at 2 o'clock. We had to start at 1 o'clock. My dad used to go before me. 15-20 minutes he used to wait in the car. Like he's a divisional manager at that point of time for LIC, one of the largest organizations in India. He's a divisional manager. But I'm very clear. I'm very clear because I don't operate with guilt. Once I became a CA, CA is a family course. The whole family gets an upgrade. I cleared CA. My sister also cleared CA. Our lifestyle changed. So one of the things which I'm trying to tell you right now is next 2 weeks, zero guilt. Be very ruthless. Be very selfish about whatever you need to clear CA with everyone. So I was like that. So dad had to take leave for the whole week. He had to sit in the car much before I go because for me, I need to get to a logical sense of completion before I go. I need to feel well. In the car, nobody speaks. Nobody speaks. I listen to music or I revise. Not the same car, the green car, which people keep asking, why is the green car with a dog sticker on it? Why are you still using it? I cleared in that car. My sister cleared in that car. And almost Manju cleared in that car. And almost everyone used that. Now I understand all of you won't fit into that. We'll have to figure that out. So that's a different story. So we'll have to figure out a way that. So probably I'll sell it in a particular auction at an appropriate time. We'll see that. So I used to go there. I used to enter the examination just 2-3 minutes before we have to enter. One of the things which I used to do is I don't want to waste time, in giving the bag, giving the mobile and all of that. Zero nonsense. So they have to wait, and I will enter. The last thing which I would listen before entering the examination hall is a song, not some standard or a formula. There's a song called "All I Ever Wanted." It revs your. I'll make you listen to it. It boosts your heart rate. It'll take you to a different level. So I just listen to that and I go. And by the time I come back, the car should be on, including the AC temperature. It has to be calm, composed because it has to cool down and to start revising the next subject. So what I would read for the next subject is clearly placed. I don't optimize my life entirely. There are key moments which is super optimized. Every second is optimized. Like a prime minister visit, it was as important as it. So that is exactly what we're trying to recreate for you. No matter what has happened until now, if you do the right things from now, you'll clear. This is exactly what I did. There was a match where last Diwali, India and Pakistan, Virat Kohli innings. Yeah, 2 years back, previous year. At a particular point of time, India possibility was less than 10% winning probability, and then Kohli came in, he took it to more than 100%, right? So that is exactly what has happened at that point. So my winning pass possibility before this started, like this week, 1 week before the exam, my possibility was less than 30%. I know that. It would not matter because this is the point where everyone gives up. They would have done everything right. All the 70% possibility people will convert into 30%. You know this. Probably that's the reason why you're here, right? So this is where the game starts. Until now, everything is fine. Like MSD would walk into the last minute and he adds some magic because it's all calculated for him. It's very clear. So this is the time where you can clear or you can fail. All of what has happened until now is largely irrelevant. This is exactly how I would do. Okay, I'll tell you both the strategy and actual implementation part. Number one, Whether this is done or not, it is irrelevant. Syllabus completion is done. Assume it is done. Even if my syllabus is still not done. My audience, I still have 20 more marks left. Way back in, I don't know, 1.5 decade. I don't know. Still, my syllabus is left, but that doesn't matter. Okay, remove this from your mind, and we'll completely remove this from your tables. Syllabus is done. Okay, because on the day of the exam, you're not carrying. For example, I made you write IBS without books. You understand how I think, right? So on the day of the exam, you're not carrying any books. So syllabus completion is done today at this moment. It's done and dusted. You have to get to that point. Which okay, that is one. Next, what has to happen here? For example, FR. The next 1-2 days, there will be a lot of psychological interventions which will fix your mindset and routine. I'll make your mindset calm. Your mindset will become very, very, very calm. Where everybody gets into a chaotic place, it will become calm. This is my expertise. In chaotic scenarios, how calm you are makes you a different person. Now, this is called super student. When it's a super student, your ability to stay super calm in chaotic scenarios is super student. My responsibility, I'll take it. When it's a super student, somebody who has a calm mind and a ruthless routine. Your routine should be fixed. No matter, see, I'll tell you, if your mind is wavering, your routine will also waver. At 5 a.m., if your mind is thinking, should I wake up, yes or no? Your body would not move. No is not an option. Yes, your routine will wake up. So I'll fix the mindset in such a way that your routine is fixed. Once the routine is fixed, you cover everything that has to be done. You understand the correlation? Now, once the mind is calm, routine is fixed, then 28, 29, 30, 31. Again, there might be some gaps in financial reporting. There should be, there will be. Still, you'll clear. And what to do on each of these days, it's very clear. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. It's planned to the hour. Next thing which I'm working with Manju is, even within an hour, what should you do? That is the level at which we go. Again, if you're a regular random employee, you won't even have a yearly plan. If you're the Prime Minister, your plan goes by minute, if you have ever checked. Minute by minute. Each and every security detail, minute by minute, I'm talking about it. That is the level at which we'll go. It is impossible for a lot of CEOs to get this level of attention. That's what we are damn good at. So you'll get this. You'll do the whole of FR in 4 days. Because if 4 months still syllabus is not done, after 4 attempts, if syllabus is not done, it will never be done, right? At some point of time, there has to be a logical conclusion. 4 days before the exam, you only have 4 days. 2 days before the exam, you only have 2 days, right? So this is exactly what we're working. Now, what to do in this 4 days? Day 1, 20 plus marks. Each of the day, we're covering 20 to 25 marks. Logically, it will be done. We'll ensure it will be done. If there is a gap, if you are not sure about financial instruments, Manju will fix it for you. If you're not sure about, I would say, consultant financial statements, Suresh will fix it for you. If you're not sure about India's 115, Bhavana will do something for you. Okay, we'll take care of that. Right? So this is exactly what is going to happen. Done. Next, this is the game changer. For those who are watching, do this. For all the exams, you have a fantastic possibility of covering everything in 20 hours. Why should FR miss out? There is an ad called Scooty Pepless. Why should boys have all the fun? Bolke girls driving a scooty, right? So why should other subjects have all the fun? Like FR should also have a 1.5 day strategy. Now the game of 1.5 day strategy is everything will be fresh in your mind if you study in 1.5 days. If you make it 6 days, some subject would have been studied a week ago. Now whatever you study, it's just 1 day ago, right? This is a game changing strategy which I followed and which you'll follow. We'll finish everything in 4 days. We'll revise the same in 2 days. That's about it. Okay. So what has to be done November 1st, November 2nd, November 10th? Everything is clear. Crystal clear. All you have to do is keep your mind calm. We'll take care of it. And fix your routine. Tight, stringent. We also do this. I'm just telling you that you don't have to do anything. Just follow. Don't create innovative thoughts in your mind. Stop being yourself for a while. Just be a super student. That's about it. Okay. This is what it is. Now, since the syllabus is done, what you have to do? Revise. Now, when I say revise, there are a lot of ways of doing it. Anam, where is a notebook, the audit notebook? Get it? Go and get the notebook. So if you have to do this, if the regular game of revision is, it's a 1 month thing, a 2 months thing. The problem with that is there is no minute to minute tracking in terms of how much has to be covered. In exam, you have 3 hours. In revision, there is no time limit, right? There is a lot of inefficiency which comes into the picture. Now, today, I had a discussion with Anand, and stay there. Get me that papers. So I asked her, come here. I asked her, what exactly are you concerned about? She's scared. What exactly are you concerned about? So we looked at 6 points, out of which 5 can be solved. She should only worry about one thing, which is the aggregate. Let's worry about it. Other 5 need not be worried about. Now, one of the things is, how do I cross 40 and audit? Now, what is the problem? It has been a while. It is taking a lot of time. So this is a notebook. It's almost a full book. Okay, this is a notebook. How much time do you think you would require to revise everything? Normally, if I tell you revise the whole book, most of the chapters, let's say 60, 70 marks, how much time do you think is required to revise this? A book like this, how much time would you revise? 8 hours. How much time do you need to revise all of this? 10 hours. Largely, you were looking at 1 day per book. Anna, come here. How much time did you spend to revise this? You're doing this thing in 10 hours versus doing this in 1 hour. The difference is not significant. 19 का फर्क. So when you're looking at it, you need to understand this cannot happen every time. If that is the case, like you need only 1 day for each subject and 1 week you can finish CF, it doesn't happen then. Now it can happen. The reason being, we are building at the top. It's like the top coat. This can happen in 30, I would say 30 hours, the whole painting. But the construction takes a lot of time, right? Now this is like the painting. She went through classes, she wrote exams, she already revised. Now is the time where you can literally accelerate. For me to have a conversation like this, it took me 10 years. 10 years ago, for me to talk like this, I should prepare for 10 hours or even longer. I don't know, even if I could ever speak like this. Everything is built, so now it happens like this. So now is a point where you can do this really, really fast. So 1 day or 1 hour at some point of time versus now, it's very different. And as much as I keep talking about these brands, One Last Attempt or Super Student, both have been built on this laptop. COVID, I was stuck at my in-laws place, largely a dining table. Now the idea of dining table came from that. I found the dining table more productive than study table. That's why we have dining tables all day. So this is the laptop I had. I built the whole brand sitting alone because I did not have access to my team. So this is exactly how I built the whole brand. Now I think when you think about this has to be there, this has to be there, other has to be there. If somebody can create a company with a kid, now my mom is going back and forth because I have a kid there, right? At that point of time also we had a kid. And what's worse is she cannot go out, I cannot go out. So we have to live in the same living room. And still I had to build this. Imagine the level of focus which is required to build a brand from scratch. So your ability to build something within the constraints, do something within the constraints. Right now, whatever you're doing, my difficulty level is 100x, both in terms of the lack of space, lack of focus, lack of strategy. I have to think and execute at the same time. And I didn't know what I was building because it's not clear. For you, you have to finish this chapter, you have to finish this chapter. There's somebody who's helping you in all levels, right? So do not overrate what has to happen. It's a simple exam, 6 papers, 5 papers, some of you will just clear. Okay, this is about how we are handling the next things. Now, finally, your day would have these two components. You'll quickly revise, you'll recall. Revise, recall. Revise is pushing in information. Recall is pulling out. In the main exam, you have to pull out information. So pulling out, recall has to be faster. Okay. When you write, it has to be accurate. So speed and accuracy is what we'll focus. Speed and accuracy is what we are going to focus in the coming days. Nothing else. Speed, accuracy, speed, accuracy. Something to improve the speed, something should improve the accuracy. So that's about it. Speed and accuracy. Okay. This is exactly what is going to happen. And Every day you will be writing for 2-3 hours. And once you write based on the experience, we'll iterate the next day. And this iterations, how you build software. You build something, test it, reiterate, iterate, reiterate, iterate, reiterate. This is exactly how things has to happen. Okay. So once we all follow this, eventually, you'll get a question paper like this, right? You just get to put a question paper like this. There will be a question, blah blah blah, some Angrezi, and some sentence. You just have to write it. Some half a page answer, 1 page answer, a question. That's it. Nobody cares how much you study. Nobody knows whether you're interested, you're motivated, you're confident. Nobody gives a damn. They don't even know your gender. They just don't know who the hell you are. You have to write something in a piece of paper, and they'll give you marks. That's it. So most of the syllabus, because out of 100, only one person gets tested in the exam. When you say that I did not cover 60%, 99% is useless. Whether you know or not, on the day there are only 6 questions, right? The remaining 1,000 questions where you bulk up all the material is useless. We work on a chance mechanism where out of 6 questions, even if you reasonably know 3 questions, you can clear, right? If you know 3 questions properly, you can still clear. So that is exactly what we are largely working upon, right? So this is what we'll continuously practice. That's it. The game boils down to this. You'll get a paper like this, how fast you can process it, how fast you can recall, and how fast you can write. That's about it. This exactly is the way we are working. Okay. So in your mind, do not worry about anything. So we'll systematically practice 3 things. What has to be done in hour 1, hour 2, hour 3. Hour 1, we have to get 20 plus marks. Around 24 would be great, but at least 20. So these two together, we are looking at 40 to 44 marks. We have to pass here using 3 questions plus MCQs. Okay. So out of 42, if you get around 24, MCQs, if you get 16, so plus or minus 2 here, plus or minus 2 here, you can cross 40 here. So we'll all pass all the papers in 2 hours. That's it. The remaining hour, the third hour, is the aggregate hour. This is aggregate. It could be plus 10 or plus 20, or like Manju, it could be plus 40 when she scored 79 exam. So if it happens, happens. Otherwise, you don't know what to do. That's okay. Still pass. This is exactly how we'll be training. Is this clear? Okay. Now, probably, yeah, my parents are not prepared for this, but still, I just want them to talk about how I was while I was writing the exam, because they know it better. Daddy, I just want you to tell them during my examination time, what was my mindset? Like, you never told me. You should probably tell what was my mindset while writing.
Friends, good evening. Actually, very tense situation till complete our examinations, whatever it may be the examination. But 2 or 3 plus points you have in your hands. One is very good location, examination preparation, everything is positive side. Second is all are well experienced with the subject. You are not the first attempt writing of the examination. So you are very strong in your subject. Am I right? Third one, this is a very prestigious. One is if you add CA to your name, that is a proud to you. Am I right? Second, that is a very happiest moment in your family. Third is that is a proud CA student, not CA student, not chartered accountant in our country. So, one shot, 3 birds. This is a life and death question. Agree? Going on writing, that period is over. This is the last attempt to finish uh, your examination and add your CA to this moment. Regarding the Himakanth and Sharmila, my daughter, they used to spend 11 to 4, not early morning to not during the examination period. Early.
So okay, since the hard dose is done, now mom always has a soothing effect. She made some gulab jam for you. At least do this. And mommy, asla ela undaru cheppunta. That's it. I have something. State of mind during exams, how they should be. Just speak in Hindi for your
Hindi.
Just say mommy. Just matladu. Just ela undaru. What should be the state of mind during exams? Palvi ela cheptade. Hindilo cheppu mommy. Hindilo cheppu.
सब लोग थोड़ा टाइम 15 मिनट्स 20 मेडिटेशन करने से कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ेगा, थोड़ा टेंशन जाएगा सब.
Mommy, just keep giving them talk. Keep talking.
Breathing exercise. Early morning 4:30 at 5 exam message memory.
She thinks she makes good gulab jam, so you should watch for it or probably feedback to that.
एग्जाम्स टाइम में आप कुछ स्पेशल डिश जो चाहिए मैं बनाऊंगी. ब्रीथिंग एक्सरसाइज और 20 मिनट्स करने से कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ेगा.
That's okay. First give it and you guys, any questions? Quick questions. We'll conclude it in a couple of minutes. Questions about what all you have in mind? Questions? Yeah, questions? What's running on your mind during this? What is running on your
सब
mind?
लोग को प्राणायाम मालूम है, थोड़ा आइडिया है ना.
आनंद.
ब्रीथिंग एक्सरसाइज कभी नहीं सुना? मालूम है? मालूम है?
प्रैक्टिस नहीं करते बोला बात.
Who else are
వీళ్ళకి ఒక క్లాస్ తీసుకుంటే బాగుంది.
తీసుకోండి.
ప్రాణాయామం క్లాస్ ఎక్కడైనా చెప్పుకుంటే బాగుంది. ఒక్క క్లాస్ అన్నా చెప్పాల్సింది.
No need to worry about the breathing exercise. Only breathe out is enough. Very simple breathe out. Go out the carbon dioxide. It takes the oxygen. No
रसना
need to worry.
किती आहे?
Just simple breathe out is enough.
Any questions? Quickly, we'll conclude this discussion. Any questions which you have during exam time? What has to be done? What can't be done? Any questions?
पहले कितना आवर्स पढ़ते हैं सब लोग? Only 10 hours.
Now you know I'm better than now.
Really 10 hours?
Yes.
Really?
Calculation has extracurricular activities.
Effective 10 hours. We are setting 15 hours, effective 10 hours.
People talk about distractions. I'm sure there can't be a bigger distraction than this on the planet. So finally, let's do this. Manju from this side. On the count of 3, we are making We're saying this aloud. Okay. I accept the one last attempt challenge to clear in November 24. I accept the one last attempt challenge to clear in November 24. Top of your voice. Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go.
I accept the one last attempt challenge to clear in November